Greetings and salutations, my birders, and welcome back to Fate Grand Order Lost Belt number 7. No, I was gonna say 6. Last time we learned what Daybit was doing. He wants to revive ORT by feeding it Dino Hearts, so then he can destroy the world. Not sure why the archetype Earth is not doing anything, but sure. I don't even know why ORT is even in this timeline. Because if there are no humans, I guess. Because ORT came because Earth called out for help in the Angel Notes universe, or Notes universe, I'm not sure. And he just came, and ORT just came too early, which is why they went to sleep. Because humanity had killed the Earth by like draining it of all mana. But in this timeline, it was the dinos and the humans until ORT came and killed all the humans. But would that not... but then the sun's gonna blow up. So would that kill all the mana on Earth, and that's why Earth is crying out? Maybe we'll learn this later. Maybe it won't be relevant at all. We'll see. Let's continue on. We are facing off against Tezcatlipoca. Finally. Also a ruler. Hopefully, one target.
Is that the Tezcatlipoca from Mexico City? But that spirit origin, it's...
I think there are probably multiple Tezcatlipocas out there. Good, why the F not?
Oh, you're right, Master. In Aztec mythology's creation myth, there are 4 Tezcatlipocas, one for each of the cardinal directions. They're distinguished by color: red, blue, black, and white. The first to be born, red Tezcatlipoca, is the god of death, rebirth, and grain. The second, black Tezcatlipoca, is the god of war and night, who represents a different sun. That's the Tezcatlipoca we know. He is a god of darkness who demands sacrifice. So then, this Tezcatlipoca must be...
Yeah, you're right on track. I go where my whims take me. And each time, I change my principles and my alignment. I'll never be white, though. That would make me Quetzalcoatl. I'll have to kill her myself one of these days. Can't have her going around telling people we're the same being.
Forget Quetzalcoatl. Where's Kukulkan? I didn't even see her leave. Did she run away on us? After all that talk about wanting to punch Tezcatlipoca in the face?
Oh damn, she's not. When did that happen? Of course she's not here. This battle is between Miquelon tribes. She's not going to interfere with that. The battle of Mexico City was between you and me, Miquelon outsiders. And that's why she stepped in. She also helped you in the underworld to ensure outsiders like yourselves would be safe. Miquelon, no, the Mala, would be deeply ashamed if they allowed guests to get hurt, after all. That's just what she's like. Much crueler, more cold-blooded, and far more inhumane than me. Think about it. Has the sun ever once lent a hand in any of proper human history's wars? Has it ever sided with a given tribe even once? No, right? It's the same here in Miquelon. She's a mechanism that just exists to watch over Miquelon's fate. Her only job is to bestow blessings upon the survivors. Me? I'm nobody's enemy. I'm just a god of those trying to survive, and a trial in my own right. But when's all said and done, that woman will be your enemy. An enemy of proper human history. You knew that, didn't you? You've always known she wasn't human.
But, are you sure you can trust me like that? I mean, I'm the god of the Lost Belt, and you're a human, and one from proper human history at that. Wouldn't it be way more likely that I'm just pretending to be kind to get you to, be kind to you to get an opportunity to kill you? That can't be right.
Whatever. You humans can believe in whatever god you like. It's one of the most entertaining things about you. But now that you've let your Calavera go, I don't have any more reason to give you a pass. Your trial is over, mage. Beating Black Tezcatlipoca on the battlefield means you die here and now.
The magical energy emitting from the enemy's divine spirit, divine spirit's right leg is increasing rapidly. Master, summon the most powerful spirit servants you can.
His right leg. Am I so forced to use mash? Ooh, I'm not. Red Maro's single target, isn't she? Aren't they? But I haven't leveled up her skills. Oh no, they're AoE. Never mind. What's the best choice here? I can go Berserker, but that's the risk of me just dying outright. I can go John Arc. Or Alter. Belcher. We'll go Merlin then. Boop, 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 doop, shoop, whoop. Okay, I probably don't want Black Rail. Either Aero Drive or Holy Night Supper. Let's go Aero Drive. Ooh, that's the wrong one. Merlin should probably have a 2030. I can try to be cute and try to 3-turn this, but I don't think it's gonna be possible. Because it's always like a gimmick, right? I don't even know how many break marks it's gonna have. Or even if it's gonna be like more in one turn. Rain's probably gonna be fine. Probably drop Castoria for Koinskaya. Alright. Alright, what are we facing here? What are we facing here? God damn it, of course.
おごるな、騙すな。見えすいている。
Well then. That's unexpected and not helpful. Okay, so we got Smoky Mirror, imply invincible to yourself at end of turn. Smoky Mirror, increase attack. Invincible, 1 turn with 3 hits. Obsidian Artificial Leg, decreases target's buff, debuff success rate when using normal attacks. Crap. Set field to forest. Increase charge by 1 each turn. Oh boy. Maybe I just got crit stars, but we'll see. Okay. Okay. Okay, so I should bring Tiny Lake for the invincible. Move everything backwards for one. You only have 1 break. That's pretty bad. And we're gonna get hit now. So many debuffs. Oh, thank God it landed. Okay, Rain's gonna die then. Bartholomew is... Man. This is pretty annoying.
風が出てきたな。山の心臓、煙る鏡。天と地を所有する者。第一の太陽。
Oh, great! Pierce invincibility. Or buff removal. I didn't actually check. I was looking away. Pierce invincible. Okay.
いいな。とてもいい。
Fantastic. Oh boy. Okay, so now I know what to prepare for. She does not have any Pierce Invincible, so we're just kind of here. Alright, alright, let's try this again. I've learned. My eyes are open. I'm gonna double coin sky it. See how far we can get. Man, this freaking invincible every turn BS. So annoying. No. I want assassin. Okay. And I'll swap out for Merlin. Oh wait, no, gotta change this, right? Whew, that was a close one. I don't think I can have any abilities to inflict burn, do I? No, despite being the person who was burned at a stake, she does not have any like abilities to burn, which you know makes sense, I guess. She inflicts curse. Yeah. If only there was a curse version of Honey Lake. I mean, yeah, there's that. Yeah, I think it's my best option. I mean, Merlin could inflict burn if he wants. If we get lucky. Alright, so it's just a stat stick. Oh, maybe I should just use, what do you call it? The Victor one with the...
おごるな、騙すな。見えすいている。熱くなりすぎだ。
God damn it, seriously? No luck. Got no luck here. I need at least one Buster card. Well, if we're lucky, we can loop. Or not. Alright, how much damage are we doing? I forgot she got an NP animation upgrade. Oh, that is... Alright, give me 2 Chaucer cards. Thank you. There we go. And here comes the terror. Miss President. I knew she was nearby, and she don't drop by like this.
Well, it is your lucky day, Bear Draco. I just happened to be out for a little float walk nearby and stumbled across you fighting this guy.
Gotcha! Man, this is the second time you saved us. You again. First in Mexico City and now this. What the hell are you thinking?
Revenge? Obviously. I don't remember how you did it, but you killed me once before. So, of course, I'm going to give you a plasma shower whenever I see you. It's the least you deserve for killing me. And, that's the only reason. Yep, nothing else matters. Director Olga Marie!
I thought there was something funny about this. I just want to make sure, but you do understand you're Caldia's enemy, right? Saving these humans will get you nothing. Besides, you're the one who bleached proper human history in the first place. How completely insane do you have to be to help the surviving members of the species you wiped out? Honestly, that's creepy even by my standards.
Shut up! I won't stand for your slander. First of all, I have amnesia. I don't remember anything about myself besides my name and objective.
Bullshit. You must have remembered back when you saw my face in Mexico City. Along with your real name, your powers, your position, and the fact that Caldia is your biggest enemy.
Okay, that might be true, but it might also be, some kind of mistake.
A mistake. You once declared yourself a god. You don't get to lie to yourself. Ugh, I've never been so angry. I can't even stand the thought of wearing my warrior's mask right now. And you two, you're no better. You knew who she was and you didn't say a damn thing. You just strung her along, lied to her so you could use her for your own ends. Or did you actually believe you were being kind to her somehow?
You knew? You knew I was the foreign god? All along?
Sure, you can build a great trusting relationship with an amnesiac enemy, as long as you keep the truth from them. But it won't last forever. It can't. And the more trust you build, the harder it all comes crashing down. If you never build anything from the start, then there's nothing to come crashing down. It's the same with civilization. The more it prospers, the more daunting it becomes to clean up after it.
Is that a siren? It's coming from the shrine.
The sun's orbit has changed. It means Iskali killed the king. This Sochi Yotel is over. All that's left now is to wake up ORT. I look forward to seeing whether you or David gets to it first. We survived for now, but...
I've lost Tezcatlipoca's signal, and you Olga Marie's. Senpai, what have we done? Can we come back from this?
That's rough. Now I need to blow my nose. Let's get back into it. Okay. That was fast. I'm impressed you made it this far. How'd you get past the soldiers defending the planes? Did you gas them or something? Solid idea. Dinos can repel physical attacks with their biowaves, so targeting their lungs is a smart approach. Gas is a very effective way to kill dinos. If you want proof, look no further than their inability to get past the toxic gas in the 8th stratum. But I would never use a weapon like that. It pollutes the jungle and tarnishes our soldiers' pride. That's the kind of ugliness you get from proper human history. No, the Oslo men prefer to fight themselves with iron and lead. Really now? Guns pollute the jungle too. The napalm you use certainly isn't doing it any favors either. Enough of this. Where is the king of Chichen Itza? Lead us to the king of dinosaurs, and we'll spare your life. Right! Of course you think that. I look just like a human of proper human history. It's no wonder you couldn't tell at a glance. Wow, my spits are getting way worse. All that aside, he really doesn't trust you, does he, Iskali? Or did he say this was one of those you'll know it when you see it things? You're just a horrible judge of character, aren't you? I guess Black Tezcatlipoca just put too much stock in you. What's so funny? How dare you say I'm not a good judge of character? How dare you say I'm not a good judge of character? That's weird, right? You still don't get it? It's me! I'm the king of dinosaurs! Well, we're on the subject. Let me give you my name. It's Tezcatlipoca. Blue Tezcatlipoca. The very same god as the one who made you from the flesh of the gods. Corn! Huh? Tezcatlipoca! Tezcatlipoca! Huh? What the hell do you think you're all doing? Get off your knees! Pick up your guns! This is enemy territory! Pathetic. The Oslo man figured it out much faster than you. This is why he doesn't trust you, brat. This is the price you pay for focusing too much on your intellect. Some jaguar warrior you are with a nose like that useless. Or should I call you by your other name? The name you were born with? The one only you and Tezcatlipoca know? This can't be right. Are you actually Tezcatlipoca? No, that's impossible. Why would our god help the dinos? You kidding me? Don't blow a gasket at me just because you were a poor student. We're the god of war, worshipped by all warriors and all tribes. You think there's any chance we'd only help one side? Ha! We're giving the Oslo man, the dinos, proper human history, and this lost belt a fair shot. Then, they take the shot we've given them, and use it to try to kill their enemies. That's how Tezcatlipoca does things. You spent all that time with Black, and still never got that, huh? Just... He's the worst of all of us, you know. I mean, what kind of god says, if you're going to go to war, give everyone the same weapons. Parents, children, lovers, everyone. And acts like it's the coolest shit ever. I swear, that guy's got both too much and not nearly enough heart. Anyway, you're his specially chosen pet project, right? The 1 year Tezcatlipoca? In proper human history, the Aztecs would choose a young man to embody Tezcatlipoca as a component of their worship. This exceptionally wise, brave, and handsome young man would would then be given a divine proclamation to become a vessel for Tezcatlipoca. For 1 full year, the man would be made to grow stronger and more beautiful than anyone, while also being treated to banquets and entertainment that even kings and nobles could only dream of. If he did this for a full year, he would be accepted as a vessel and considered the incarnation of Tezcatlipoca. That's right. And the finishing touch is this Zochi Yao Yodel, the War of Flowers, where I kill the Dino's king. Once I do that, I'll be the same as Tezcatlipoca himself. That's why he was kind enough to come along for this battle and lend me his support. And what did Talak say about all this? She give you her blessing? Here, I'll give you a divine proclamation. I'm not even gonna ask which one of those 2 gods you believe in. I'm not gonna try to change your mind either. I'm just gonna say what should be blindingly obvious. Trust the words of the god you believe in, especially if your 2 gods are each saying something different. Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! Tezcatlipoca ordered me to kill the king of dinosaurs. The word of God is absolute. I can't refuse him. But I also can't kill a god. That would be an unforgivable sin. So why would Tezcatlipoca order me to do this? It doesn't make sense. He's testing you. Not as part of the Tezcatlipoca trial, but to see whether you've got what it takes to be a vessel. Can you kill God, an entire world, in pursuit of your goal? That's the important question here. I'm not going to fight this either way. It's your choice. If you decide to kill Tezcatlipoca, you'll have my forgiveness. Now come on! Time's a wasting! You should hurry up before Chaldea gets here. Go on! Let's see the fruits of your year of training. Very well then. Let me ask you this, Tezcatlipoca. Which side are you on? You mean as far as the whole Dinos and Oslomith thing? No! I mean, are you a god of proper human history, or this lost belt? If you're a god of proper human history, you're my enemy, and I'll kill you. If you're a god of this lost belt, you're my ally, and I'll spare you. Yes, that works. That lets me obey Tezcatlipoca's orders, and still kill another Tezcatlipoca. So, it's okay for me to shoot you. Now, answer me, blue Tezcatlipoca. Not that I even need to hear you say it. Since you're aiding Chaldea, you must be a god of proper human history. What do you say? How dare you! I'm a god of this lost belt, the Tezcatlipoca who's on this lost belt side. You think I'd even give those proper human history idiots the time of day? No. No! No, you don't. Don't you dare turn away from the truth, Iskali! Your god is the one on proper human history's side. Why else would he bring in guns of all things? Why else would he build frickin' Mexico City? Listen, Black Tezcatlipoca never had any intention of protecting Miquelon. Not for 1 damn second! This is right. It has to be right. The king of dinosaurs is dead. As soon as we've collected the solar sojourn, sound our victory siren, and have the warriors withdraw. And don't you dare tell anyone else what you heard. On second thought, never mind. I don't have to silence you. None of you can understand human speech anyway. Whew. That was intense. I use too many gravelly voices. This is killing my throat. Or this cold. Not sure. 7th Lost Boat Field Report, Day XX. The Oslomen's attack on Chichen Itza lasted less than a day. They retreated to Mexico City the moment their sirens sounded. When we got to the altar, all we saw was the blazed throne and the empty place where the Solar Sojourn used to be. With the Solar Sojourn stolen, the sun's resting place became Mexico City, leaving Chichen Itza mired in a sunless night which has so far lasted 20 hours. The Oslomen may have won this battle, but they suffered tremendous losses. It took 30 of their soldiers to kill even one dinos. Of the 20 squads, each comprised of 100 elite soldiers, brings their total number to 2,000. Only 16 Oslomen survived long enough to retreat. Oh. We also found out what species they were when we went to bury their bodies. Oh my god, they're monkeys. They're apes. Medium-sized primates with a number of human characteristics. They're the newest, weakest species born in the clan, without any of Malak's protection. Given their origins and abilities, the dinos had previously grouped them in the same category as insects. We believe Tezcatlipoca gave them knowledge, weapons, and their jaguar mass to raise them into a new prime species. 62 dinos survived the attack. One of them was Priest Vakub.
That's right! I led the Oslomen into our city while all of you were cowering before the king of dinosaurs. Did Kukulkan protect us? No. Could the king of dinosaurs, with his feeble body, offer you us any protection? No. Neither had any business attempting to guide Miquelon, or any of you for that matter. Look at all those dead apes! Do you not know why they went this far? Do you know what they were fighting for? Their goal is to prolong our world's life. They challenged us for supremacy, so they could give the sun new vitality. Up until now, we've only treated these creatures as lower life forms. We have never seen them as genuine rivals. But they are the ones trying to save Miquelon from its fifth destruction. They are the ones fighting to stop proper human history from pruning us away. I did nothing wrong. There is no room in Miquelon for either a spineless king or cowardly dinos.
Priest Vakub was charged with treason and thrown in prison. But even knowing the extent of his crimes, the dinos bore him no hate. I had no idea Priest Vakub was so dissatisfied with things. I wonder what could have happened to make him help the Oslomen, even knowing how dangerous they are. The very act of flying across Miquelon's skies was always disrespectful to the sun. No wonder he lost his mind. What a shame. There's just no understanding pterosaurs. I still can't believe the Oslomen were actually animals all this time. I thought they were from proper human history, but it turns out they're from Miquelon.
I knew them before they became Oslomen. They were just dumb animals. In fact, they could only survive in groups. It's incredible how much they developed in such a short time, even with Tezcatlipoca's help. They have survival instincts that we don't have, and a purpose we lack. I know our strategy for survival is right, but...
I guess that also means we can't understand how they think. That's right. In spite of their intellect, their whole species has remained unchanged for 66 million years. In most mythologies, the sun was worshipped because it was well beyond people's understanding. Intelligent creatures see meaning in everything. Intelligence is the ability to try to draw closer to great things. Unintelligent creatures lack that ability, and can therefore only evolve to adapt to their environment. But intelligent creatures will always seek a different path than adaptive evolution. Dinos were never subject to that law of nature. Intelligent as they are, their incredible empathy meant they never saw themselves as anything special. They had no real use for innovation, admiration, stories, or even producing culture to aid their survival. They are merely intelligent beings who have lived happy lives in the ideal environment Mala provided for them. And now, the destruction of that very environment is at hand. I finally understand why Mala didn't build their paradise on the surface. They intended to disappear with the sun. Their intent was always to end this Lost Spell's underground world, without anyone ever knowing. However perfect their civilization might be, this Lost Spell could never be a threat or a rival to humankind. Is a prune hypothetical? Nothing more. One path life might have taken. I just want to believe that remembering their end will be a sufficient parting gift as we go our separate ways. Gran Cavallo Log. The dinos are showing signs of altered thought patterns. It appears to be degradation, but it has nothing to do with extinction. The Tree of Emptiness on the 9th stratum has resumed activity. This has resulted in a decline in the cosmic ray leakage produced by the tree's bark regrowth. Preserving the Tree of Emptiness is the top priority. We forbid anyone from entering the 9th stratum.
I see. So the consensus I heard in Mesitland wasn't just me imagining things. I guess that means I'm supposed to kill all the visitors from Propaganda History, no questions asked. I'd hope I was just mistaken, since Mala's direction almost never changes. Oh well, guess I'll just go kill them then. I'm a god, so it's not as if I had anything like compassion or mercy anyway. It'll just be like squashing bugs.
Man. Gods. Epilogue, what? The hell do you mean epilogue? Everyone's at a loss for words. Listen, what happened to the city is heartbreaking, but we're still in the middle of a crucial operation. Cold as it sounds, the fact is, we just don't have time to mourn the dead right now. Isn't that right, Commander Gordov? Would you mind going over our current situation and outlining our next steps? Right, good point. We can grieve our losses once the operation is over. The Osloman's attack has left Chichen Itza in shambles. The King of Dinosaurs is dead. The Solar Sojourn, which controls the position of the sun, has been taken to Mexico City. 60-ish dinos survived. The Osloman were also were almost completely wiped out before the last survivors retreated. In regards to the Oslome, we now know that they are neither humans from this Lost Belt nor soldiers from proper human history Tezcatlipoca trained. They're apes native to Miquelon, a species of primate extremely similar to humans. So the war between the Oslome and the Dinos was not a proxy war between proper human history and this Lost Belt. Rather, it was a competition between the two species trying to survive within the confines of Miquelon. Vicious though the Oslome may be, they are not directly opposed to human history. Well, I suppose that Kali is an exception here. He clearly has it out for us. Still,
I think Iskali's probably...
But never mind that murderous lout for now. Here's the real problem we face. We, too, have suffered many losses as a result of this battle. Koiskaya, though she would show off by heading out to defend Chichen Itza alone, then found herself completely outmatched in a fight against Tezcatlipoca. Luckily, Baron Draco rescued her and brought her to the ICU, where she is currently, licking her wounds.
I think at this point I should remind you that I'm supplying all my own magical energy. If I had mastered the help of that, things would have gone very differently.
If she says so. Granted, there is no one in Chaldea foolish enough to provide such a dangerous servant with magical energy. I trust you all agree? Good. Moving on. The Dainiochus who went out to defend the border from the Oslome are missing. However, Sevens did give me a message for Baron Draco and Kirillite before he left. Don't worry about us. We'll turn things around in overtime. That is all. As for you, Olga Marie, who reappeared during Baron Draco's battle with Tezcatlipoca, she has regained her memories and left Chichen Itza. We've been worried about this happening, and unfortunately, it seems the time has come. She may have been helpful so far, but I doubt we'll be able to count on that going forward. Up to now, our enemies here have been David and Tezcatlipoca. However, the foreign guard remains the greatest threat to successfully carrying out our grand order. Is that clear?
But she was still the same Olga Marie we knew. I know her memories have returned, but if we just talk to her...
Get it through your head! Regardless of how closely she resembles the Olga Marie you knew, it does not matter. Hell, she might even be Olga Marie Amusphere, but that doesn't change the fact that she is the foreign god. Did you fail to notice that her spirit origin is on the scale of a star? Monster doesn't even begin to cover it. You understand that in a single second, the sun puts out more energy than the entirety of humanity has used in all of history, right? We can't risk her blowing up on us. She's too dangerous. Damn it! Can you two worry about yourselves for a change? That goes for you too, Canuck. I want you to keep a close eye on Baron Draco and Kirillite.
Gardy's right. At this point, we have to treat you, Olga Marie, as an enemy. Unfortunately, she's not the only dangerous entity we need to worry about right now. Kukulkan is a representative of the extraterrestrials that made this Lost Belt, the archetype of Miquelon. Remember when Tezcatlipoca said she'd eventually turn on us? I think he's right. So far, we haven't demonstrated any hostility towards Miquelon or its people, nor made any attempt to attack it. But that won't remain true. We need to cut down the Tree of Emptiness. At the same time, the Cryptor is trying to destroy Earth by waking up ORT. As far as Miquelon's concerned, that makes both of us enemies. So from Kukulkan's perspective, anything not originally from Miquelon is an enemy. That's almost certainly part of why she attacked the Stormborder on the surface. She did ally with us for a time thanks to Baron Draco having reached an understanding with the Dinos. But now that there's no more need to keep the Dinos safe, she will almost certainly try to eliminate us on behalf of McLawn's collective will. Yeah. If I were on the side of McLawn, I'd want to kill David and Tezcatlipoca first, then us. Still, I wonder, is Kukulkan really an agent of the Mala? Some of what she's done lines up with their intentions, but it seems to me like she's also gone her own way at times.
I see. Then, we had better start thinking of Kukulkan as an enemy from here on. It's not all bad, though. If we play our cards right, we can pit our enemies against each other and swoop in to claim the spoils in the aftermath. At any rate, that's the long and short of our current situation. Now that we understand the situation, it's time to plan our next steps. Bear Draco, Mash, and Kadak, I want you to get some rest over the next 2 hours. Go outside and get some fresh air. Take a nap, wherever you feel like. We will meet back here in 2 hours' time. Do not be late.
I should have known it would still be dark out. It would have been evening in Chichen Itza by now.
Guess you two aren't the only ones who want to go outside. You two gonna do anything in particular?
I'm hoping we can find some dinos we know.
Oh, hey! Are you all done with your talk?
Wak-chan, you're okay! Oh, I don't suppose you know where the Dionychus brothers and Tepu are, do you?
I haven't seen the Dionychus bros, but Tepu said he was going back to his house for a while. The other dinos are all gathered in the Sakta shrine. Maybe you'll find the Dionychus bros there?
Hey, yeah! Thanks, Wak-chan!
You idiot! Don't you realize they gotta be morning? Hey, wait up! Damn it! Outsiders like us shouldn't... Shit! There they go. Well, guess I'll just have to go take my lumps with them. Hold up, bro. You're coming with me. There's something I want to ask you. Where's Oga? In fact, what exactly is she to you guys anyway? I asked Tepu, but he wouldn't give me any details. Is it something I'm not supposed to know? Alright, I'll tell you. Consider it thanks for protecting the border while we were being held captive in Mexico City. This will be a good chance to reevaluate things, Wak-chan. See, that woman you've fallen for is actually... Oh, it's kind of hope we see like a shock face on him. Would be funny. Wait, there are T-Rexes with horns? Cool.
I don't see the Dionychus brothers anywhere. All of Chichen Itza's remaining dinos are gathered here. It looks like they're discussing something. Oh, hello, Bear Draco. Hello, Mash. Have you come to tell us more stories of preppy human history? This is wonderful. Now please, come to the center. I do hope you'll finally tell us about Latin America this time.
Why aren't any of you mad at us?
Him? Why would we be mad? Oh, I guess there was that business with the cub. We didn't want to put one of our own in prison either, but we ultimately decided to follow proper human history's example. May I ask what you're all going to do now? You know your sun is going to explode soon, right? And if that wasn't enough, your friends and family have been killed, and your city's been destroyed. You may not be responsible for the sun, but the rest is all because of the knowledge from David. No, from proper human history. You have every right to blame us for this tragedy. And yet...
Hey, what do you think you're doing making Mash cry? Chitam, knock it off. What, did you show her that crazy math formula you were talking about earlier or something?
No, it was nothing like that. Gosh, what do we do now? We didn't mean to make either of you sad, but I guess we did.
Your brainwaves tell me you're both feeling guilty. I remember you were worried about this kind of thing before, when you asked us if we hated proper human history. Just you asking us that made us so glad. It proved you've always accepted lost spells for what they were, even as you fought against them. It also proved you never forgot them. Yeah, for sure. But it was also kind of but it was also kind of painful to hear. I mean, you two are still holding on to those harrowing memories, even after going through the cycle 6 times now, right? It's too bad you can't forget the old ones each time. But I guess that's also why Property History's got so many stories. Huh? We have stories? Because we don't forget?
Oh, yes. That's the big difference between Property History and us. We don't have any history, or any stories. That's why we can accept extinction as a matter of course. It's just never been something we thought of as painful.
Talk about being happy-go-lucky, right? Heck, I can only say that now because we finally know how the lost spells work.
Wait, does this mean... I know it may be very rude to ask this of all you all, but... Could it be that Tepu isn't uniquely understanding, but rather that all dinos are, well... You mean, do we share similar brain structure and levels of intelligence? Yes, I suppose we do. There have never been any dinos who are so exceptional as to be described as geniuses or brilliant. No, Tepu's mind doesn't work any differently from ours. He just sees things differently thanks to his unusual eyesight. Once we heard your stories, every dino's understood that Miklan is a lost belt, a place of cosmic fantasy. Even knowing that, we still love your stories, though admittedly, they do make us feel lonesome some as well.
Not me. I just had a great time hearing them. I still wish I could have gone swimming in Atlantis. All the more reason for us to keep going for another generation. That way, there'll be a world for aquatic dinos. What the hell would a childhood friend like dino sound like?
There's no way you could become a plesiosaur, Kukumo. You're way too impatient to wait for evolution.
Yuck, 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 yuck.
Anyway, it's about time now.
About time for what?
Are you all heading into the jungle?
That's right. Now that the Solar Sojourn and the Cave of Dinosaurs are gone, we have no more reason to stay in Chichen Itza. Good luck with Property History. We wish you all the best. Please, don't worry about us. We were always destined to die out here. The city was so full of life, and now it's completely empty.
Yes. And not only were they not despondent about their fate, they were actually kind enough to worry about us. They don't hate anyone. They don't resent their circumstances. They just share whatever happiness they have with as many as they can. It's so wonderful, but for some reason, it makes me really sad too.
I know the feeling. You. Now, does the MC see her, or is it just the player? Because we are an extra-dimensional being, technically. I don't remember if Riska ever acknowledged them. I got a little bit nose again. Give me a second here. And we're back. Ahem. Good. You're all right on time. Now, let's begin the briefing for our final mission in the South American Lost Belt. Nemo Professor, Shion, how are the Storm Borders repairs coming along?
We have finished mending everything except the onboard facilities and the engine room. At the moment, we're getting ready to restart the Trident engines. Yes, sir. We're counting down to the moments we can begin repairing the armor plane's electromagnetic barrier that Kukulkan destroyed. And begin reapplying our anti-spirit and anti-cursed membrane coatings. It should be back to combat readiness in about 10 hours. Once that's done, we'll restart the engines, generate new Spiritron torpedoes, and charge the main cannons. We'll expect it'll be a total of 20 hours before the ship is ready for both flight and combat.
I see. Good work. To be honest, I was secretly beside myself when the border was nearly split in two, as I didn't see how we could possibly come back from damage like that. But you actually succeeded in restoring the whole thing. Thank goodness for McLeod's abundant resources.
I've got a report to make too. The density of the toxic gas in the 8th stratum is falling rapidly. According to the Trismegius II, the 8th and 9th strata will have breathable atmosphere in about 10 hours. Which means the time for the underworld pilgrimage is finally upon us. The only catch is, like Nemo said, we can't move the border yet. If we try to fly without barriers, we'll be easy prey for Kukulkan if she decides to finish the job she started when we arrived.
Unfortunately, David is almost certainly preparing for his own underworld pilgrimage as we speak. By the time we finish removing the border, he could very well have reached the bomb strata and revived ORT. So once again, we have no choice but to send our field team ahead. Master Bear Draco and his servant, Mash Curelight. Nitocris, Koinskaya, and though I am to let you go, Technical Advisor. You have two options to choose from. Plan A, Operation David Assault. Locate and neutralize David Sun Void on his way to the bottommost stratum. Stratum, yeah. You should aim to get him somewhere between the 6th and 8th strata. This should resolve the immediate threat without needing to go all the way down to the bomb stratum. The important thing is that ORT remains dead. Plan B, Operation Tree of Emptiness Felling. Reach the bomb stratum before David finds the Tree of Emptiness. Well, that's why. Reach the bomb stratum before David finds the Tree of Emptiness and cut it down. No matter how powerful ORT is, it's still a part of this Lost Belt, so getting rid of the latter should remove the former too. According to Trismegius II's calculations, each plan has a 50-50 chance of succeeding. Now, just for the record, let me ask you this, Master Bear Draco. Do you feel one of these plans has a better shot than the other? Don't be shy, give us your honest opinion.
Operation David Assault, I guess?
No, we should go both A and B at the same time.
Kadak, are you saying...
There's no reason for us to stick to just one choice. We should split up into a team to strike at David and a team for the underworld pilgrimage. Even if the strike team fails to stop David, they should at least slow him down. That'll buy the pilgrimage team time to reach the bomb strata, cut down the Tree of Emptiness, and destroy this Lost Belt. That gives us the best chance of success. I'll of course be on the David Assault team. I'll need the Shao Border, Koinskaya, and the best driver you've got. My plan is to go after David in the 3rd Underworld. If the driver has a healthy number of top-tier magical circuits, so much the better. Ho ho! I may not have been able to finish the Paris... Wait, what? Oh ho! I may not have been able to finish the Paris-Dakar rally, but I still have good driving technique and off-road expertise. And you're looking for a driver that surpasses me there? And who also possesses top-tier magical circuits? Where in the world are you going to find someone like that?
Now I gotcha.
Right. We have nothing to worry about there. So you guys just focus on the underworld pilgrimage. I haven't cleared the third underworld, so that rules me out of that group anyway.
Fine. I was already planning to use the Shadow Border in this mission anyway. Alright, the advanced team will take the Shadow Border down to the 6th stratum, the third underworld boundary. From there, the pilgrimage team will get out and head to the bomb stratum to cut down the Tree of Emptiness. The Daybit Assault team will stay in the third underworld boundary, set up a dragnet, and carry out the plan from the Shadow Border. I don't love the thought of the pilgrimage team going on foot, though. We'll need help from dinos who can act as their transport. I know you said the dinos have left Chichen Itza, but there may still be some there. I'll have the Marines take a look around and see if they can find a reporter. On a related note, we should talk about Tepu too. He's been a tremendous help so far, but the conflict between the Cryptor and Chaldea is a problem for proper history alone. I don't cherish the idea of drawing him into our battle. What do you think, Bear Draco? It'd be wrong to leave without a word after coming this far. Got it. Now leave it up to you. Tepu likes to act mature, but he's also intensely curious. I'm sure he would help us if we asked. In fact, I'm not sure he'd forgive us if we didn't.
Agreed. Shy though he might be, he does know how to hold a grudge. Go pull that Sheldon out of his comfort zone.
I see. It's nice to hear you've become such a good friends with dinos. I don't know how it happened, but by all means, go ahead and talk to him. In the meantime, we'll continue our preparations. This will likely be your last chance to take in Chichen Itza. We don't have much time, so enjoy it while you can.
So I guess it was the epilogue for Chichen Itza, not the Lost Ball itself. Gotta put my notes in. Man. My sinuses.
Son, ours, sing, is... Miglon!
Interesting. It's alright. Go ahead. I can report to Tezcatlipoca alone. So the women and children who are living in the jungle have all come to the city. Oh no. But they're not here to celebrate our victory. They've been praying for the husbands and sons who went off to battle to return safely. They love their families just like humans. No, their love is purer than humans. Only a handful of soldiers came back. The ones who lost their partners must think I'm a terrible king. That Ocelote's been training to join the Royal Guard for half a year. It looks like he resents me for telling him he was too young and leaving him behind. Familial love, familial bonds. The affection which develops naturally from the moment one is born, where there is no need for words. I have nothing like that. I was already fully formed the first time I opened my eyes. My body was made here in Milan. It is modeled on the people of Proprium history. My human mind was shaped to be the king of the Oslomer. That is who I am. I have no family. There are no others like me. All I had were the impulses I wore on my sleeve. My disappointment in those who refused to obey me. The despair I induced in those assigned to me. And my lashing out against all around me. My God said to remember those impulses, that he would make me a god, only if my soul was clear and unclouded. Great Tezcatlipoca, despite being a god of Proprium history, he discovered the Oslomer. In one night, he built Mexico City and created me out of earth to serve as their king. For 1 year, I would act as Tezcatlipoca. If I could prove myself worthy, I would become his incarnation. It was a wonderful year, a year free of doubt. I knew with absolute certainty that our fight to eradicate humankind, to deny proper human history, was a righteous one. And now, we've decimated Chichen Itza, and invited the sun into Mexico City. Milan now belongs to them. Not that it matters to me. From now on, they will be the prime species of this world. Because I'm not an Ocelote myself. I've completed my trial of being Tezcatlipoca for 1 year. Now I can finally remove my mask and be rid of my childhood name. I've dreamed of this moment all my life. The moment I'll finally receive the power to strike back against everything. And yet, for some reason, my heart is clouded. Like an obsidian mirror too opaque to reflect anything. Behold! The sun moved from the Maya to the Aztec. Now we have the minimum viable model of proper human history in place. Oh, the triumphant king returns! Welcome back, Iskali. Did you kill the other me? I did. I riddled him with bullets. His limbs went flying, his head was torn from his neck, and his flesh was shredded to gooey bits. I see. Good job. Only Tezcatlipoca can kill Tezcatlipoca. You and the other me might have both been immortal, but a fellow Tezcatlipoca's weapon will easily do plenty of damage. The conditions were equal, trust me. That other me had no complaints about dying in battle. What is it? It's just something you don't get. Ah, right. I never did tell you that the king of dinosaurs was also me, huh? Well, that's only because I trusted you. I knew you were the kind of guy who could step up when he had to. Gods are expected to be fair and impartial. You wanted destruction more than you wanted to win. If you decide you don't need proper human history, then you have to let go of the lost spell too. Understand? If you choose extinction, you can't leave one side standing. You need to get rid of everything to start all of it over fresh. Yes, great Tezcatlipoca. I'm honored to receive your divine proclamation. Alright, let's head out. It's underworld pilgrimage time! Get ready to leave, Iskali. I'm about to make your wish come true. Underworld pilgrimage. Does that mean we'll be going to Milan's bomb strata? That's right. Oh, wow. Chikonha Hualeyan, the Nile Stratum. The Moon Lake where we'll find the real Ultra City instead of this slapdash replica. The place known as Aztalan, the land of beginnings. It's also where you were born. I was? Then I wasn't born from the earth of Mexico City? That's right. That city is the only place I could have summoned you. Hey, I know. Want to bring along a few of the surviving Oslomen you trained yourself? No, that's all right. It was a hard-fought victory. Even the Oslomen need time to relax and lose themselves in drink. Got that right. No matter how short-lived it is, you gotta savor joy while you can. Okay, time for the fish and touch. David's waiting in the jungle. Let's go pay our respect to Orti's coffin. Goddamn. My nose isn't running. My science is just like swole up. I never thought I would see a war in a land as peaceful as Milan. It seems humankind cannot escape the consequences of accumulation, no matter what form it takes. They accumulate wealth, sin, forgiveness. Even our own foreign god must find the situation deplorable.
I already knew about human wars from the video records I studied. Chichen Itza might be a ghost town now, but it was never a creation of Dino civilization anyway. They never accumulated anything, and they never will.
Quite right. Your eye is as sharp as ever, my lady. But that's not true for humankind of proper human history. Both the Cryptor and Chaldea will try to reach the bomb strata. The former will do so hoping to revive ORT, while the latter will do so to erase this lost belt and ORT with it. So, what will you do, my lady?
You need to ask. The whole reason I chose this lost belt as my temporary lodging was to acquire an even stronger spirit origin. ORT belongs to me. I'm not about to hand it over to anything as powerless, anything as incompetent as humankind. I've come to the conclusion that Earth's prime species is evil. I have no compunction about eliminating it. I'm going to go to the bomb stratum. You stay here and monitor Chaldea. Once they fuse with ORT, they'll try to escape on their ship. I've chased them down twice before. I don't want to bother with a third. Do you understand me?
Of course, my lady. Rest assured, everything is already in place. The moment the Stormboarder tries to escape Milan will be the last. Meanwhile, back in Chichen Itza. So, there you have it. Will it come with?
Yes, of course. I'm relieved you came to talk to me. Thank you, Bear Draco.
Oh no, I should be thanking you.
All the other dinos have left Chichen Itza, right? Whether the sun exploding is what destroys Milan, or is a casualty of ORT's destruction of the whole world. The dinos will accept what happens without a fight. That response could be called rational or even noble. But knowing what you fought so far, I thought you might find that response cold and heartless. So I was steeling myself for the likelihood that you would leave without a word. In the end, the dinos are Milan's prime species. We are, at heart, very different creatures from yourselves.
We might have our differences, but we can still resolve them peacefully.
I still have some preparations to make, so please go back to the border without me. I'll meet you at the castle gate. Even I've never been past the 7th strata, so I'm looking forward to the adventure that lies ahead. Oh, and one more thing. I have something of a favor to ask of you.
Everyone's really gone now, aren't they?
Yep, they sure are. At this point, the suns might never come back. Then again, even if it did, it's just going to explode anyway. So maybe that's actually for the best. That being said, don't you think you should be more careful walking around alone at night? You're the master of Caldia. As far as McLean is concerned, as far as I'm concerned, you're just a rare and unusual interloper. But the novelty of that has worn off. So wouldn't it be funny if I just pruned you here now?
That'd be a pretty disappointing conclusion to the story.
Well, I didn't really think you were going to be so unfazed. Man, and I spent all that time practicing what I was gonna say before I flew down, too.
Is what Tezcatlipoca said about you true?
Him? Oh, right. I guess he did say something about me not protecting the dinos, huh? Yep, he was dead on. The sun helps the world grow, yes, but it also makes it burn. Think back. Did I do anything at all to protect the dinos, even when we were traveling together? That's right, I didn't. Even when Kamathos showed up, or this world war was taking place, I just kicked back in the sky and enjoyed the show.
Did you really enjoy it?
I did. You really are an insolent one, you know? Say something like that again and I will literally squash you. Anyway, the sun's going to explode soon, so who cares how many of them die now? The cycle of extinction has come to McLean, just like it did in proper human history. There's no point in getting angry or sad about it, or refusing to face reality. Even if the dinos and Oslo men all die out, eventually humans like you will still be born, right? Life will never die out completely, no matter how bad the collapse. Proper human history has proven that. So, I was thinking, why don't you all just leave now that your ship's almost prepared? I mean, there's no point in you sticking around for McLean's collapse, is there?
Not until we visit the bomb stratum.
I see. Then I guess there's nothing more to be done. I am the Arbiter of McLean. That means I'm obligated to watch over the dinos and the Osloman's final moments. To do that, I need to keep this Lost Bell around. Which means both the Cryptor trying to revive ORT and Caldia on its mission to cut down the Tree of Emptiness on my enemies. The next time we meet will be in Kalakmul. That is where you and I will go our separate ways.
Section 17. Fourth Underworld. Yayao Huokwe.
We've passed the Messalin Observatory in the 7th stratum, and will soon be entering the 8th. It took 6 hours to reach the 3rd underworld boundary in the 6th stratum in the Shadow Border. We were going to have to walk the rest of the way, but...
The King of Dinosaurs gave me a job to do, and I'm gonna see it done. It'll be way faster if I carry you through the jungle, and you three weigh practically nothing.
You're giving us a wonderfully steady ride, Wak-chan. Even at this speed, we're not getting jostled at all. It's like your legs and your torso are completely separate beings. When it comes to pure riding comfort, you even surpass the Sphinx.
Seriously, this is amazing. How do you do it? I just absorbed all the impact of each step with my legs. If I let it reach my stomach, it could do some damage.
It's very fortunate you were still in Chichen Itza, Wak-chan. I was concerned that Caldia would lack transportation for their operation, but that's no longer a problem. On a related note, how are you doing back there, Da Vinci? I'm sorry I can't provide the same stability as Wak-chan, but I can at least float and glide a little bit. Are you kidding? I'm having the time of my life! I didn't know your feathered arms could also work as wings! They're mainly to stabilize my posture, but yes, they do. If I use the spell Professor taught me, I might even be able to fly like Dumuzid. Anyway, I know the 7 of us, Mel Draco, Mash, Nizukris, Da Vinci, Wak-chan, myself, and Habitrot, in our base state, are making our way to the bottom stratum as quickly as we can go. But did you happen to have any questions about the 8th stratum, the final level of the underworld, before we arrive?
I thought nobody could get in there most of the time.
There are a few legends passed down orally among Chichen Itza's priests. The 4th level of the underworld is known as Yayaokwe, the Black Line. It's a range of underground mountains devoid of sunlight. It's said to be covered by a steep mountain range, but that those mountains are actually hollow, and there's another mountain range inside of them. It is essentially a cavern which contains an underground mountain range entirely devoid of sunlight. It's also that terrible bat Camazot's nest, so I suppose that makes him the 4th underworld guardian.
You're gonna fight the vampire bat? Oh man, if only Lady Kukulkan was here too.
Wak-chan, you know that Kukulkan would never fight Miquelon's own citizens. In fact, she's probably far more likely to attack Caldia at this point. Be careful not to greet her casually, if you should happen to see her. She'll probably chop the people on your back right in half, and you along with them.
Oh man, really? Then again, that does sound like her. Whenever Lady Kukulkan decides something threatening Miquelon's peace, she wastes no time obliterating it, like unintelligent dinos. Oh well, we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. I can dodge 1 or 2 of her attacks, but after that, it'll be up to you guys to figure out what to do. But she's the god of all dinos, right? Can you fight her? There's no law that says we can't defy our god. Besides, people and gods are both living creatures. All that matters is whether or not you can get along, and whether or not your goals align. Lady Kukulkan wants to protect Miquelon, and you guys want to save your world. I figured both of you are right, so I'm gonna help the side I can. Oh, but you'll have to let me think about it if Lady Kukulkan asks me to join her side. She wouldn't ever do that, though. The teachings of the Sun's whole thing is letting us roam free rather than tying us down.
I see. So Kukulkan is not a dominant father figure, but a watchful mother figure. I suppose I always knew this Lost World King would end up being our enemy. But it still sucks, knowing how naturally big-hearted she is. Big-hearted? Are you sure you don't mean big-muscled? We will certainly need to watch out for Kukulkan, but we should also be wary of you, Olga Marie. There's a very good chance that she and Rasputin are moving to acquire ORT for their own ends as well. So, our ultimate obstacles are Kukulkan and the Foreign God. Yep! Though right now, our most pressing concerns are whether Kadok's team succeeds with their assault and our attempt to cross the 4th underworld border. We're going to focus on the latter, so we're counting on you to back up Kadok's team, Shion. Sorry, but I can't go with you. Firstly, you still haven't made it through the third underworld border, which would normally make it completely impossible for you to act freely. I'm only allowing you to do that here as a favor to Bear Draco. Second, David the Cryptor has already made it through here, so I have no right to touch him. And third, I still have to find Dumuzid. There's no telling what he might get up to if left to his own devices.
So you're saying we have to take down David all our own? And probably Tezcatlipoca too? Since he'll most likely be accompanying him.
Yes, and still, I'm not completely heartless. As soon as the Cryptor arrives here, I'll inform you of his route, as you can pick a perfect spot to ambush him. Cryptor or not, he's still only human. And even Tezcatlipoca's vessel is a human body, not a spirit origin. You should be able to win as long as you go in properly prepared. Good luck.
It's been an hour since then. Bear Draco's group must be in the 7th stratum by now. Good thing we managed to get here before David. I've never been so happy to have access to a big car and a top-tier driver. I still can't believe how quickly he got us through that jungle. You're telling me? Now, remind me if you would. What in the world am I doing on the assault team, Zemlumpus? Couldn't you have chosen Munir to drive you instead?
Remember, Your Excellency, Lord Munir's wounds still aren't fully healed. If he were to start bleeding from his forehead while driving through the jungle, we would all be dead in no time. You're a racer, so you surely understand the danger of getting sweat in your eyes while driving a dangerous course.
Just had to go right for my pride, didn't you? Very well then. Who's going to take the navigator's seat? Who can I trust to wipe the sweat from my brow?
Why, me, of course. I would be honored to use these big, soft rabbit ears, rabbit ear pom-poms to gently, delicately wipe the sweat from your forehead, Your Excellency.
Can I contract you to be my exclusive navigator for the whole season? Damn, it's giving me chills just listening to her play him like a fiddle. I guess Gordov has yet to learn his lesson. Hey, if you're out to wreck your life, I'm not gonna stop you. Can you at least wait till we're back on the surface, though? Koiskaya, have you heard from Erskine yet?
Just now, in fact, Lord David is proceeding along the route we expected. Here you go.
Cripes! They're moving damn quickly, too! We'll never catch them here. Still, it seems your time is on the up, David Semvoid. We're about 20 kilometers from our intercept point. I can get there. I can guess there quick as a wink. Prepare to eat the dust of my record-breaking lap time. Hang on. I want to shift the interceptor point to here. We should wait to ambush them in the middle of the desert. You can get us there in 10 minutes, right? Coin Sky and I will take it from there. I'm going to set up as many explosives and beast traps as possible, so I'll need your merchandise.
Of course. Leave it to me. With all these claymores and C2 explosives, not even a rat, no, not so much as a bug will get past us. I'm more than happy to pay them back for what they did to Chichen Itza, with interest.
Alright, fasten your seatbelts, because I'm about to kick this baby into high gear. Let's go set up the perfect trap.
By the way, Kata, I noticed you were researching something in the Stolen Borders library. Did you find what you were looking for?
Yeah, I tracked down a record that I think has to do with Davis Pass. You did? Damn it, man! Why didn't you say so sooner? I can't focus on what you're saying while I'm driving. It's no big deal. Knowing this information earlier wouldn't have made any difference. I didn't mention it at the briefing because I knew it would only get an "and" at best. But I guess now is as good a time as any to share. Davis Void. If you ever want to know how he became the Maverick of the Clock Tower, today's your lucky day. Oh, going right to it. There are 3 major factions in the Mage Association. Egypt's Atlas Institute, the North Sea's Wandering Sea, and the biggest one, London's Clock Tower. Hell, it's so big it's basically synonymous with the association. Anyway, the Clock Tower is divided into 13 departments. Mistel, Solonia, Evocation, Kashir, Chimera, Rishan, Yumina, Astromancy, Value, Jigmeri, Melustea, Policies, and the newest one established 200 years ago, Norwich. Chaldea was founded by the Lord of Astromancy, Marsberry Atmosphere. Naturally, that means most of Chaldea's mages, about 8% of them, came from Astromancy. The other 20% were scouted. Kiristaria, Team A's leader, was obviously a young Astromancy genius. But David, who was said to be just as brilliant as Kiristaria, came from the Brishsan department.
Brishsan, the department which studies mythology and performs reconstructions. I bet they have a lot of dealings with servants too.
Heh, don't make me laugh. It makes my mustache quiver.
Do you have something to say, driver?
I used to think the same thing. Haha, I swear. This is the whole problem with amateurs. Listen, servants are familiar with spirit bodies, which puts them under evocation's jurisdictions. Meanwhile, the Clock Tower's dean, who is also Lord of Brissan, categorized Brissan as the department which studies non-human creatures like angels and demons. Obviously, neither of those have anything to do with mythology or heroes.
Oh my, if your mustache quivering bothers you so much, perhaps I should shave it off for you? Wait, shouldn't researching angels and demons also involve servants, since they're all mythological phenomena? For example, the divine spirit that served as my own point of reference came from the Kojiki.
You're mistaken, Koyaskaya. Solonia, Evocation, Astromancy, and Melustea all deal with mythologies from around the world too. They're considered part of the shared laws and disciplines that humanity has built up over the course of history. So for mages, the angels and demons that show up in various mythologies are just a normal part of life. The Mages Association takes that step further by treating all of human history as a single legend, which it then helps cultivate. The association sees myths as a facet of common knowledge rather than as something worth devoting an entire department to study. The only thing that association will accept as a true legend is something beyond the bounds of that common knowledge. I guess Brissan doesn't deal with matters from Earth. It deals with out-of-place artifacts steeped in unknown laws. The kind found scattered all over Earth since ancient times, but never spoken of in any mythology. Even in the Magecraft world, where angels and demons are just a fact of life, there are some that are considered taboo because they're threats to all of humankind. It's Brissan's job to discover, study, and store these kinds of threats. The other departments contribute to humankind in different ways, but Brissan is focused on keeping inhuman things away from us. Part of that is because the Lord of Brissan is also the Dean of the Clock Tower. No mage born in the AD era knows anything about modern civilization. Who knows anything about modern civilization could handle it. Indeed, the Dean has a select group of elites that report directly to him. Well, I say elites, but in truth, they're anything but. Any who can join never move up. They're little more than slaves who spend their lives working to understand extraterrestrial threats. Suffice to say, it's not easy to quit that department, which is why we can assume Animusphere recruited David directly. With another lord negotiating personally, I'm sure even the dean couldn't have denied the request. Actually, Animusphere had nothing to do with it. They made it sound like he had been banished, but the truth is, he left voluntarily. I'm sure Director Marisberry did personally invite him, but it was ultimately his choice to leave Brisson and join Caldia.
I see. So, he essentially sold himself to Caldia. I assume you went back over his records before he left Brisson then? They were in the database, right?
Yeah, all 8 years he spent in Brisson. But there's not a single record of him before that. There's no mention of him in Brisson or Astromancy. Whenever a new student enrolls in the clock tower, there's always an entry made for them in Miss Dell's database. But there wasn't anything on him in that one either. All we know is that David was a genius who suddenly showed up at the clock tower when he was 10 years old. I might have been able to find out more if Policy's database had been shared with the border. That would never, ever happen! Policies is also the clock tower's internal investigations agency. Giving outsiders such sensitive information could lead to all of the clock tower scandals becoming public knowledge.
Oh my. So that's what you were up to back when you were in Policies, Your Excellencies? So, you held your fellow mages past over their heads in ways that more skirted the law than followed it. Am I correct?
You were saying, Karnak? Right. At that point, I stopped trying to investigate David's past and started looking through all of Bishsan's records. It wasn't easy, since each day's records were individually locked down. Normally, I'd never have been able to sift through all of them all on my own. But luckily, I knew exactly which year to check, and with Shion's help, I eventually found it. There was a file from July 2006 that was just titled Record 5 Minutes. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to decrypt the file's contents. Actually, it'd be more accurate to say that the file contained nothing noteworthy at all. But on that same day, a strange and inexplicable accident happened in London and neighboring college town. That day, every single spell in London suddenly stopped working. Of course, pretty much everyone noticed the abnormality, so it wasn't long before it was fixed. The mages figured out they must have made a mistake in their spells and decided it wasn't worth reporting. As a result, the incident was never made public, and nobody at the Institute was ever held responsible. I'm quite sure I would have recognized this as a major incident if I had been there at the time. Since so many people never knew about it, does that mean it happened in the dead of night or something?
Your Excellency, do kindly shut up. So, this record 5 minutes file from Brisson is dated the same as this incident when every spell in London stopped?
That's right. What happened was, an angel relic was exposed to... Oh god, gotta sneeze. I gotta not stream when my signs start acting up. That's right. What happened was, an angel relic was exposed in a prep room for one of Brisson's faculty. In real world time, it was only exposed for 0.2 seconds, but that was
thought to have been enough to shut down all of Clock Tower's spells. There's no record of who that room belonged to anywhere. It's gone from every document and from the mind of every person who could have known. So there's just no way to look it up. My guess is that the only one who might still remember is the Dean. At any rate, whoever caused such incredible damage to every mage in the Clock Tower, even if only for a moment, became quite literally non-existent. However, the records of that incident state that there was a single survivor in the prep room. Given the situation, he is almost certainly that teacher's son. He was 10 years old at the time, but he soon went missing as well. A few months later, on a dean's personal recommendation, a boy genius with no prior record suddenly showed up in Brisson. As you can probably guess, that was David Void. The records didn't list his actual age, but physically, they said he looked to be about 10 years old. So my take is this: the boy who lost his father to the angel relic must be David. I see. So as a boy, he lost both his father and proof of his lineage. Although, this angel relic, is it one of those dangerous artifacts that would drive you mad just by looking at it? According to one popular theory, those artifacts will vaporize your brain before transmitting a signal to the beings that dropped them off on Earth. So, that would mean that ever since then, David Void has been...
I see. Now I understand. David Void was omitted because his way of thinking and living never belonged with humanity in the first place. Those were some of the last words Lord Kirstaria wrote about him, right?
So, if he's not part of humankind, he must be one of the foreign god subordinates bent on taking over Earth. Sorry, but that's all the time I have to talk. We've reached the intercept point. Cut the Shadowbore's engine and set it to camouflage mode over by those sand dunes. Let's go, Koinskaya. I need you to set enough landmines across a 500-meter radius to make this place hell on Earth. Ooh. And there it goes. So David is either possessed by an angel, became an angel, or is still the normal human kid but learned knowledge that he shouldn't know, which has far removed him from humanity. And the crash. Oh god. Wonder if it actually, went through this time. Probably didn't. Anyways. That's all the time we have for today, so thank you everyone who joined me today, and I'll see you all next time. Bye bye. Hopefully I get better by the weekend. Bye.